Good afternoon, everyone. You're most welcome to our teaching, to our session by the names of Winnie and I'm going to be taking you through P.7, that is C.R.E, and we are going to learn about human rights. And then we want to talk about human rights. How long you a human is? A human is a person. A human is a person. And then the word rights, those are the freedoms that we are supposed to enjoy. Rights are the freedoms that every human being is supposed to enjoy. So now we have known the word human, it means person or people. Then the rights means the freedom that we are supposed to enjoy. So what are human rights? What are human rights? What are human rights? Human rights are the freedom that a person is supposed to enjoy because he or she is a human being. Human rights are the freedoms a person is supposed to enjoy because he or she is a human being. Human rights are the freedoms or the privileges a person is supposed to enjoy because he or she is a human being. So we are saying that human rights are the freedoms or the privileges a person is supposed to enjoy because he or she is a human being. So we human beings, we have freedoms. We are supposed to enjoy the things that God gave us. We are supposed to enjoy the freedom that God granted to us. So what are those freedoms? What are those examples of the human rights or the rights that every human being is supposed to have? The rights or the freedoms that every human being is supposed to have. Examples of human rights. Examples of human rights. So what are those rights that we are supposed to enjoy to have? One, we have a right to food. A right to food. Every human being is supposed to eat. You're not supposed to deny anyone food. Be it a child, be it a baby, be it an elderly person. Everyone is supposed to eat. So we have a right to food. We have a right to food. Then another is we have a right to movement. A right to movement. Every human being has a right to move. You're not supposed to refuse someone from moving. You're not supposed to refuse someone from going where he or she wants to. So we are supposed to enjoy the right to movement. Then another one, we have a right to speech. A right to speech. A right to speech means that a right to talk. We have the right to talk. You're not supposed to shut someone up. Shut up, no. When someone is talking something, maybe that thing is really so important. The person wants to air out what is really paining him what is really paining him in his heart. So he has the right to air it out. What if what he wants to tell you is going to help you as a person too? The person that is talking to. So every person has a right to speech. Every person has a right to speech. Then we have a right to worship. A right to worship. A right to worship. What is worship? Worship is the act of worship, is the way people pray, the way people praise or give, the way people praise or give respect to God. the way people praise or give respect to God. So every human being has the right to worship. We have a right to worship the God that we want. You're not supposed to deny someone to go and worship. If someone wants to go and worship from the Islamic place, that is the mosque, don't deny that person. If someone wants to go to church, don't deny that person. If someone wants to go for the shrine, that is his right. That is what he has chosen. So every human being has a right to worship. So you're not supposed to deny someone a right to worship. Maybe that is the God that he has trusted in. That is the God that he's believing in. So you're not supposed to, you have no right to deny that person. If today I said, please, today is Sunday, I want to go to church, don't deny him. Today is Friday, I want to go to the mosque, don't deny that person. He knows what he's doing. So every human being has a right to worship. Then we have another one, a right to own a property. A right to own a property. Everyone has something that he or she likes, or the things that are valuable to him, maybe something that belongs to him, a belonging. So we talk about a belonging. So a right to own a property, that thing that belongs to the person. So for example, I have a pen. That is my belonging. That is my property. It is mine. Don't deny me. Don't say, this one is not yours. Don't take it away from me. We have the land that people fight for every time. Everyone has the right to own a property. Be it a child. If the person has given that land to the child, it is okay. It is his right. So he has the right to own the property. A building, a house, and many other things. So everyone has the right to own a property. Everyone has the right to own a property. Then you have the right to life. A right to life. Life is so precious. Life is so precious. Without life, we are nothing. So everyone has a right to live. And it is God who gives us his life. So no one has a right to take away another person's life. So we have a right to live because no one is given the permission to take away another person's life. So you can't wake up one morning and say, no, I'm going to take away this person's life. No, you have no right. So everyone has a right to life because life is given to us by God, not a human being. Life is given to us by God, not a human being. So it is in God's hand either to let me live or to let me not live. So you as a human being, you have no right to take on that person's life. So every person has a right to life. Then we have a right not to be discriminated. A right not to be discriminated, meaning that we have the right to associate with people. We have a right to stay together, to live together, to work together, and many others. So every human being has a right not to be discriminated. That is a right to love. That one you can call it a right to love. We desire love. We need to be loved. Everyone needs to be loved. So you don't need to deny someone love. It hurts him or her. Even yourself, how do you feel when you're being denied love? How do you feel when someone wakes up one morning and says, I don't love you anymore, I hate you, no longer my friend, and many other things. So it really hurts. So a right not to be discriminated or a right to love is very, very important to a human being. And so many other rights. So these are some of the human rights or the freedoms or the privileges that we are supposed to enjoy as human beings. We have a right to food, a right to movement, a right to speech, a right to worship, a right to own a property, a right to life, a right not to be discriminated, or a right to love. So those are some of the human rights. Now let us look at the ways we can respect people's rights. The ways that we can respect human rights or the people's rights. going for respecting human rights. How can you respect these rights here? For example, a right to food. How can you respect that right? So we can respect a right to food by giving each and everyone food. By giving each and everybody food. So one, by giving people food. By giving people food. We have the needy people who have nothing to eat. So you, if you have something, just pick the little that you have, go and give it to him you have. God says that the hand that gives receives more. The hand that gives receives more. And the little that you have, share it with another person. The little that you have, always learn to share it with another person. So by giving people food, you are respecting the right to food. You're respecting the right of the human rights, which is called a right to food. Then we have another one, avoid murder. Avoid murder. Avoid what? Murder. Murder means killing. So meaning that you're supposed to avoid killing. You're not supposed to kill. You're not supposed to take away another person's right to live. So avoiding to kill, you're respecting the right called a right to life. You're respecting the right called a right to life. I know some people can annoy us, but once you feel that you are annoyed, once you feel that someone has really annoyed you, he has really done something that you can't handle anymore. No, what you do, just leave the place where that person is to stop yourself from being angry, to stop yourself from feeling so rage. So, one, just leave the place where that person is. Stay away from that person for as long as you want until your anger cools down. So, avoid murder. Then another one is, we can also respect people's rights by respecting people's property. Respecting people's property. Learn to respect your friends' property, especially the children. For example, you have children at home. You have sisters, you have brothers at home. Don't pick your friends, don't pick your brothers' clothes, shoes without his or her permission. If you want something from a friend, if you want something from a neighbor, don't just go and steal it. What you need to do is, please, use the magic words. Please, may I? Those are some of the things. Those are some of the simple words that you can use in order for someone to feel soft, the heart to soften, and then you say, wow, what a nice word that person has used. Please, may I have your pen? Please, may I have this? Please, may I have food? Please, can I play with you? And many other things. So, respecting people's property is really very important. That person will also feel like really is really valued, is really respected as a human being. So another one also, we can also respect people's rights by settling disputes. By settling disputes. By settling disputes or conflicts in the courts of laws. By settling disputes or conflicts in the court of laws. By settling disputes or conflicts in the courts of law. Meaning that if you have some misunderstandings with a friend, with a neighbor, it doesn't mean you should just fight that person, because that fighting can lead you to something else. So what you need to do, if that person has really failed to understand you, he has failed to do what he or you want him to do, or he has done something so bad that you feel like, no, you can't handle yourself. What you need to do, just go to the court, just apply that, just file the case, and just note down the case and say, this person has done this and this and that and that and that, instead of taking the law into your hands. Taking the law into your hands will make you commit a sin, a bigger sin ever, that is the sin of murder. So, what you need to do is just apply that, just register the crime, and just file a complaint and say, this person has done this, and they're taking the matter into your hand. Because taking the matter into your hand may make you do something wrong or something bad. So, by settling disputes or conflicts in the course of law helps you to respect another person's what? Right. And then another is by respecting tribal religious differences. By respecting tribal religious differences. By respecting tribal religious differences. So once you understand that this person belongs to a certain tribe, this person belongs to a certain religion, you need to respect that. Allow that person to go and then worship in the place that he or she wants to. Allow that person to go and then serve the God that he or she wants. That is one way we can respect the right to worship. That is one way we can respect also the right to speak. By letting that person air out. Just talk. Let him talk. Don't refuse him, and many others. So these are some of the ways that you can respect human rights. By giving people food, avoiding murder, respecting people's property, settling disputes or conflicts in the courts of law, by respecting tribal or religious differences, and many other ways that you can respect human rights. So, those are some of the things that we have talked about the human rights. We shall continue from there, and wish you all the best. Thank you very much.